This is Ultimate General American Revolution, a new strategy game that combines a beautiful campaign map and important decision making with actual battles on the field or indeed at sea. And if you've been looking for something to scratch that Empire and Napoleon itch, American Revolution just might be for you. If you're interested in this game, I have some fantastic news for you. You may be the lucky winner of a copy of Ultimate General American Revolution, and all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and leave a comment within the first 7 days of this video. So make sure to subscribe and tell me what you think of American Revolution for a chance of winning a completely free copy of the game in the next 7 days. If you're already subscribed, just leave a comment as stated. I want to thank Game Labs for giving me a code for the game, so remember to let me know what you think of it after watching this video. So what exactly is Ultimate General American Revolution? Well, this is a strategy game that attempts to do something beautiful, namely offer a tight, yet open and expansive campaign that takes shape as you play. In many ways, the entire game's design is inspired by that of Total War, namely to give the context and strategic decision-making of the campaign map, while allowing you to take tactical control of your armies on the battlefield, where, by making good use of your troops and what's on hand, you can turn the tide of wars. That being said, Ultimate General American Revolution does take several measures to stand out and create something unique of its own. And I'm really excited to tell you about these mechanics. And as we tend to on this channel, I want to start with the campaign, because it's what gives context to your entire experience. American Revolution takes place in what's going to be the United States, or as the British would have it, the Northern 13 colonies. Either way, our battlefield takes place in New England, at least in the beginning phases of this war. As the leader of the revolution, you are here to lead the armies and run this new nation, and you even get to do it all as your own character, all the while having a say in your skills and capabilities. But the main star of this campaign is of course everything going on here, and I'll tell you exactly how it works. This campaign map is comprised of cities to conquer, armies to maneuver, and fleets to steer. Various resources determine what you can build, how long you can maintain your armies and keep them supplied, and research allows you to innovate, unlocking new troop types like cannons and new weapons, opens up the building tree, and lets you enlist more commanders and generals. So far so good, and even though I won't go into detail right now, it's a system that demands a bit of time to fully learn and understand, but which you don't necessarily have to figure out right away, which is just the way I like it. In essence, while there is nuance to how they work, most of these aspects can seem familiar from other series, but something that is more or less unique to American Revolution is the reporting and visibility system. You see, even though you control various cities and have command of armies in this game, you're not all-seeing or all-knowing. In fact, you only have visibility over the areas surrounding your general at any one time, meaning you only have real-time knowledge of your general's immediate surroundings. This has massive impact on the game, because this creates a fog of war both outside and inside your borders. You can still issue building orders for cities within the fog, and you can still order units to move other places, but you won't actually see what's happening before they enter your zone of vision. Alternatively, the reporting system I mentioned does the trick here by giving you more or less up-to-date information after the fact. This means that you get new information on the current situation within the fog of war by messengers, allowing you to keep relatively up to speed on the situation where your armies may be, even though they are within the fog of war. This system creates a kind of tension I haven't really experienced anywhere else, and it doesn't just make generals extremely important, but it also forces you to think very carefully about where to place your troops and where to move them. Another awesome system more or less unique to American Revolution is the innovative auto-resolve system. You see, you might have figured this out already, but Ultimate General American Revolution is a real-time strategy game through and through, which means the campaign is also played in real time, but with a slow motion and pause feature, meaning you can take as long as you want before you let the game run its course. However, this real-time system is put to an extremely charming use, because when two armies meet, they actually start fighting on the campaign map. When this happens in Total War, all you get to choose is whether to fight the battle or not, but the armies will remain passive until that choice is made. Here though, the battle will progress on the campaign map, much like in a Paradox game. And similarly, other regiments may join in the fighting if they reach the battlefield in time. The cool thing here though, is that you can choose to watch this unfold from above, or you can choose, at any time by the way, to take personal control and fight the battle yourself. And what's awesome now from a gameplay perspective is that context from the campaign map seeps into the start of the battle, meaning that if you set your units in formation on the campaign, they actually begin the battle in that formation, with reinforcements coming in from various places depending on their campaign map placement. I absolutely love systems that feel and act organic and immersive, and to me, there is something extremely special and charming about how the game manages these systems. I just love that even auto-resolves are cinematic and actually exciting here, essentially acting like more animated versions of battles in Paradox's EU4, but with large visible armies and the ability to jump in and actually fight these battles at any time. I think this is the hidden power and potential of real-time strategy games actually, because the continuous passage of time and the constant state of action makes every second interesting and into potential game changers. Another big deal is that cities are occupied over time. This means that even if you win a battle concerning a city, you have to spend time near or in it to actually occupy it. It's not just a one and done kind of deal. The effect of this is that you can actually get interrupted while trying to make a conquest. For example, if an army intercepts you, or a battle is fought and won during the occupation period, the occupying army will either succeed or fail in taking the city. And I think that this again is an example of a really awesome and innovative real-time strategy system that I've basically never seen done before in the same way. We also have navies here, which adds a third or arguably fourth dimension to this campaign, in addition to the already mentioned management, army, and general systems. Navies are quite finicky at the moment though, since as the US, you are kind of going up against the most powerful navy in the world, and you're not exactly a naval powerhouse as of the beginning of this campaign. Choose right though, and you might begin with a good ship or two, and if you pick your battles, you might just find the British fleet split up and alone. That's what I did anyway, using my one trusty battleship to win a small but meaningful victory. The campaign expands with time, and both new possibilities and the map itself opens up to you as time goes on. I love how American Revolution tries to both offer a sandbox-like experience of letting you choose more or less exactly what to do with your newfound state and armies, but that it at the same time offers some light guiding and story by providing both mandatory and optional missions, with varying bonuses should you complete them. I also like that events occur throughout the game with meaningful consequences, and things like this really do help to elevate the entire experience and bring a historical and strategic context to everything going on here. But more than just a campaign, the battles are an essential part of the American Revolution experience, and it's kind of as close to Total War battles as will come while offering a simpler format, but with virtually equally the same amount of tactical possibilities. What we get here are top-down views of the battlefield, and it's up to you to command your units to victory. And the path there is quite familiar if you are a Total War veteran actually. Here we drag units to form lines, click to move and attack, and watch the fun unfold. But we can also double-click to instantly charge the enemy. We have formations where the first row of a line can kneel to create a stronger position, and units can rout, rally, and permanently flee. The basics are for the most part the same in theory then, and frankly mostly in praxis as well, even though there are slight differences in controls. But what I really love seeing is that even with this format, a bit more stylized and small scale, is that it still feels like we're fighting epic and important battles. And that even here, because of the way it all looks and feels when those volleys go off, and how we get to position units and make good use of tactics, is that it all feels like a much bigger battlefield than what it might look like at first glance. We must be mindful of not just our morale and exhaustion, but also of ammunition, what units you're facing, and so on. And I think it's an interesting choice that units exert energy by simply firing and reloading their weapons, which means you should really try to make use of reserves if you can. If you love a game like Empire Total War, American Revolution is almost certain to be interesting to you, especially if you miss these types of firefights. And mostly the exact same goes for the naval battles. They look and feel good and follow a simple design philosophy, namely that your ship is made up of various aspects like sailors, cannons, and so on, but that various parts of your ship has health attached to them, like your sails or your hull. This means that you do very well to maneuver your ship to avoid taking full damage to either side of it, and to steer in such a way that your cannons can reliably target the enemy with a good old broadside. Now, a few things must be said. Ultimate General American Revolution is nowhere near the finish line. The game literally just released into public early access with the knowledge that the game is unfinished, unbalanced, and lacking features that will appear in the future, like a unique British campaign for example. The game is certainly playable, but it is again not finished, so you're likely to experience some weird situations, like when I played this naval battle that for some reason made my supercomputer lag to no end. There are also a ton of mechanics I'd like to have better explained, and several UI elements and mechanics I find should be made more user-friendly. But honestly, it's so much fun to experiment and to see how this feels even now at this super early stage. The game is currently only available on Sola for early adopters, but will likely arrive on Steam at some point in 2024. So if you want to wait and experience a more finished product, that's certainly very valid. But if you don't want to wait and get the game for free instead, then make sure to partake in my giveaway for the next 7 days. First by subscribing to the channel, and then leaving a comment on this video with your thoughts and wishes for American Revolution going forward. Again, if you are already subscribed, simply leave a like and comment as stated. While it's early days for American Revolution, I really think it shows a lot of promise, and I can't wait to see where it ends up. Thank you so much for watching, good luck in the giveaway, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.